If anyone, Sachit, Anil, Deborah, Srini, Shrikant, if you can just let me know if you can hear me properly. Okay, Anil says that you can hear me. Perfect. That's brilliant. I guess it'd be waiting for a couple of more people. So if you'd like, we could just start in another 5 minutes and wait for more people to just join us. Thank you, Sachit. Thank you, Anil. Thank you, Pablo. Thank you, Deborah. All right, Shrikant. So we'll just wait for another 5 minutes or so. If you're all right, let me know. I'll give it a go when you say, it's all right to begin. Hopefully, everyone has had a good morning this today, and all excited about SEO. Okay, so while we wait for other people to join, I just thought we would just crack some conversation and see where most of you guys are with SEO. What is your conception about SEO, and whatever knowledge that you had so far. It would be great if you guys can share anything or anything that you know about SEO, or what is it that you conceive about SEO. Would anybody like to share that with me? Anyone? To say everyone else is also waiting for most other people to join. Hi Farhad, how are you doing today? So I've just been told that we have people from Southeast Asia, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Colombia, Peru as well. So I'm guessing for a lot of people over here it would be early morning, and for a lot of people over here it would be late night. So we're in two different hemispheres at two different time zones at the moment, and all trying to work with SEO. So Farhad, since you've taken the initiative of introducing yourself, would you also like to take a lead and just giving us some idea about what you feel about SEO? What is it that you already know before we begin and dive deeper into the presentation for today? Okay, so I think it's a visibility tool to optimize search. Right, right. In a way, you're correct. Trying to get a product or service right on the top on the organic searches, and this is what we'll be looking at today. Primarily, how and what are the different actions that we take from a search engine point of view to ensure that we are able to showcase our product or service organically on the searches which are happening on Google or any other search engine. And please excuse me if you for this. Sorry, I'm just having a little bit of sore throat, so at times I might just cough. So I hope you guys will forgive me for that. Yeah, it's the weather here for us. It's the weather. It's constantly either very cold and sometimes it becomes warm. And we as trainers have to have long periods of talking, right? Um, that just goes on to the throat at times. So it's like the trainer's curse. So guys, I just want to quickly know from you. We're already like 7 minutes, 8 minutes past the start time. Would you want me to just go ahead and begin with today's session? Um, would that be all right? If you're all agreeing to it, just type a yes or no in the chat. It's great, great. Right, guys. So we're talking about SEO today. Um, when we want to be looking at the importance of SEO, we're talking about a lot of different aspects. How search began, what is the importance of the searches which are happening across the internet, how as an organization I'm able to get more and more organic traffic. When I say organic traffic, um, more and more people coming out to my website without actually me spending time and money on advertisements. So I'm just going to be sharing my screen, and we'll be going ahead from there. Can you all see my screen, guys? Perfect. Um, right. So let me ask you from you guys itself. I'm gonna just type a basic search query on Google, um, and you're gonna be telling me what do you think is an organic result and what do you think is an inorganic result. So an inorganic would mean basically an ad. So let me type this. Right. So can anybody let me know what do you think? What kind of a search this is? Absolutely such. So that's a paid search, and so there's an ad when I've just put in a basic keyword which is medicine for headache, and immediately Crosin has shown me its ad, right? So it's telling me that do you need a solution for headache, get effective pain relief, and Crosin is giving a an ad for its medicine, right? So it's an inorganic, absolutely, Jacqueline. It's an inorganic search result. And when I come over here, what are these searches? Absolutely. So these are the ones which are the organic searches. Now, when we talk about an SEO point of view, we're not focusing on the paid results. We're not focusing on the inorganic results. What I am interested in is to ensure that my product or service is getting on these top 2 or 3 lists over here, right? So I would ideally want that whenever someone is searching for anything related to my product or service, I would want that my product or the link to my website is coming on these first 4 or 5 lists over here organically, so that people can come down to my website, without me spending any money or giving any money to Google, right? um, how many of you guys actually go through the second page of a search page, right? When you're searching for something, how often is it that you just click on the very first few links and don't even bother to go down to the page and never even bother to go to the second page? How often is that happening? When you say rare, Sachit, you don't go beyond, the first 4 or 5 search results, and you never go to the second page. See, another saying, he never goes to the second page. We have this saying in the digital marketing world that if you ever want to hide a dead body after a murder, hide it in the second page of Google, because nobody ever goes there, right? So what we'd like to do is, the reason that we focus on SEO or search engine optimization is to ensure that my website is able to come on these first 4 or 5 listings over there, right? I would want it to be, ideally I would want to be on the top, right? And that is what we are working towards, such that anyone who's typing a keyword or a query related to my product or service, they're able to get to my website easily, right? And that is how I'm able to generate and traffic organically. Now, thing is, before we get into how we have to do an SEO, we should also be able to understand how a search engine actually works, right? So what are the basis of, what happens in the backend when you're typing a particular um, query, and how is these websites actually coming on top? What are the things that are happening from the backend point of view? The reason it is important for us to know is understanding the mechanism of search engines, which as a search engine optimization marketer, it makes me, stronger in able to get my website ranked on these search engine result pages. Okay, so I'll just quickly share presentation for you here. Right. So basically, there are two concepts about, how search engines are functioning. It's very, very simple to understand. What happens in search engine is primarily, let's say we'll take Google for an example, because it's one of the most popular search engines across the globe. So what happens is Google has certain programs called crawlers. Now you could also compare them or just call them as spiders. Now what these spider algorithms do is that they go and visit every website which is registering itself on a search engine, right? So whenever you're creating a new um, website, you basically go ahead and register that website with Google Search Console, and then you become a part of the entire search universe. Now, when Google knows that you're a new property that has just come into the fold of the digital universe, Google sends across this different algorithm bots. Yes, Satya, that's the registration is free. You just need to go ahead on Google Search Console and add your website as a property. Okay. The moment you do, now understands, it's just like the when a new child is born. In most countries, we give a birth certificate, right? Or we have something called a national ID. The moment you given that, you become a citizen of that particular country because you took a birth over there. So now the government knows that there's one another person that they need to take care of. It's the same analogy that is happening in the online world as well, that you create a website and then you then Google, and when you submit it to Google, Google now knows and identifies you as a property on the internet, and it would start fetching information from you. So what happens basically is that there are different ways. So for example, if you look at this, a crawler. So if you look at this, this is primarily spider bot, which basically goes onto your web pages, and it would fetch information from there. Okay, so there would be multiple crawlers that will go into your website, okay, continuously, and they keep on taking and fetching information from your website and storing it in your in their backend. Okay, are you following me, guys? Great. So all of these crawlers, they're going onto your website, they're fetching information, as much information as possible from your website. They're going to the home page, they're going to the product page, they're going to the about us page, all the pages which are linked with each other, all the blogs which are there. It's fetching information and storing it in their index. So what is happening while they're storing this in your index is, when anybody is searching for particular search terms, what Google does then, it is goes back to this index, searches for the relevant information in its index, and when it feels that this search query is matching any keyword in the index, in the backend database of Google, and it then gets that database in front of you. As a user, what you then see is basically all the information that Google has fetched from its database, which is in line with the query that you had made on Google itself. Okay, so when I say in this scenario, what I did over here was I searched for a term. My search query over here was medicine for headache. What would Google have done? They would have gone to their index. They would have gone there, searched for all the valid information, which would be for medicine for headache. Okay, now I'm sitting in India. Google would have then thought that which is the most relevant result that I should show to this guy who's sitting in India in terms of the search results. Now, if you are going to type medicine for headache in your respective countries or in your respective locations, you might not see these search results, because these search results have been curated by Google, which in such a way that it becomes the most relevant ranking for me, right? So there's the mission that Google follows is provide the information to the user, which is the most relevant to the search query that they're making. Okay, so the moment I'm typing this medicine for headache, Google goes back to its index. From the index, it's able to find out which is the most relevant search results for me, and then it is able to give me all these search results. Now, Pallavi, how do they rank data is what we're going to be looking at in this first session today. That is all the session about. Sachit, no, the Google crawler does not crawl Facebook pages. Right. So moving ahead. So when you look at this in front of you, so you have a lot of different HTML pages. Now, HTML pages are nothing but your web pages. Now, these web pages are continuously being crawled by the Google bot, by the spider. They get indexed into their repository. Now, see what is happening when somebody is making a search query. Okay, the query engine would go back into the index, look for all the relevant information, get a list of the matched pages, and then the result will be shown in your result page. Now, this is called a result page, also known as a search engine result page, or simply as SERP. And anything that you are seeing over here is basically based on the information that Google has indexed from their backend. So if you want to look where actually Google indexes this, simply if you type Google database centers, can you see these images? These are the actual physical places where your data is indexed. The crawler is crawling the information from your website. It's actually indexed. You can imagine this indexing process just in a way that you have different sections in a library. So if I, as a person, if I want a particular book of a particular section, let's say I want a book regarding thermodynamics, then I would go to the thermodynamics section. If I'm very particular about what is the topic that I want to find about thermodynamics, then there would be a specific book about thermodynamics, and I'll pick that up. Similarly, what Google index also does is when somebody is searching for a particular search query, it would go to its index, which is, you can imagine it in the form of a library. Google search engine will go there. It will find out which is the most relevant information that needs to be provided to the person who's actually searching for this information and provide it to them. Okay. So this is what is happening in the back end. And this is what we need to understand while we're doing SEO, right? Because we want, okay, I'll just put up a very quick question. Would you say, would it be beneficial for us, for our website, if the crawler keeps coming to our website, or it just rarely comes to our website? What do you guys think about it? Keep coming, it would be good for us, right? Why? Because as many times the crawler would come to our website, as much of information would get into the Google index. So the more information being fetched by Google spiders, the more information is indexed into their database, and there are higher chances for my websites to result in the search engine result page. Sarju is asking, how does other search engines from other browsers work? All the backend is the same, Sarju. So depending upon if you're in a particular location, let's say in the US, in some states, Bing is more popular as compared to Google. So you might also want to register your website in submit your website in that particular search engine as well. Okay, so what I want to get in point is primarily, the higher the number of crawlers that comes to my website, the higher the chances are that the information is being indexed in the Google database, and higher the chances are that if anytime somebody is searching for particular keywords or particular query, the chances that my website will show into the search engine result page. Now, from an SEO point of view, it is important for me to understand that I need to optimize this crawling budget. Okay, so there's something called optimizing crawl budget. Can anybody just think of what it would be? Any guesses? Okay, so basically what happens, no, Farah, this is not payment per click. Uh, when I say optimizing the crawl budget, now imagine Google has millions and millions of websites to crawl. Yes or no? You have thousands and millions of websites across the globe which are there on the search engine, on the internet, on the web, on the entire database of Google. Now, what happens is that Google needs to get as many information from each one of these websites, so that anytime there's a search query, it is able to showcase the most relevant research, the most relevant search on the search engine result page. Now, that is only possible if it is able to crawl each one of these websites. But now imagine a scenario. We have a website for Mega We Care, and we have a competitor website. Now, Mega We Care website has been trying really hard to ensure that there is new content being posted continuously. There's new information posted on the website regularly. There's a new blog. There's a new product. The website is being optimized from a content point of view regularly, right? New things are being added over there. The website is brilliant. The website is loading very fast, right? And your competitor just puts across a new blog or a new content, let's say once in a month or once in 2 months. Which of these websites do you think would be crawled much more as compared to the other one? Right. So the one which is updated continuously, in this case, Mega website, right? So as I think Dilly, it was you who'd asked that, do we need to keep on updating our website so that the crawlers keep coming to us? Yes, that is what we mean by optimizing our website for crawl budget. So now what happens is Google now understands that, see, Mega Week Air is taking so much pains to ensure that the content is relevant, the content is optimized, there is new features being added to the website. So I need to be on my toes to keep on fetching this information continuously from Mega Week Air website. On the other hand, your competitor is not taking that much pain, right? They're just putting few things once in a blue moon. So they, what Google will then understand that, see, this website is not taking, that much of pain to, keep themselves updated. So I don't need to keep coming there that often. I'd rather spend my time, coming to Mega Week Air, let's say 4 times in a week, and going to your competitor just once in a month. So this is what is happening. If your website is being continuously, updated with new content and data, the crawlers keep coming to your website much more, in a much more higher frequency, as compared to the times when you're not doing much activity on your website. Okay, that is what it means by optimizing your website for crawling budget. Did you get this point, guys? Are you understanding this? Great. That's great. So if you see from here, the number of times a search engine spider crawls your website in a given time allotment is what we call crawl budget. Okay, and what are the ways that I can optimize my crawl budget? I can avoid using heavy files on my website. I can ensure that there are a lot of internal links. Okay, each of the pages are linked with each other, so that whenever the crawler comes on my website, it's spending much more time and identifying new pages on my website. Okay, we don't have any broken links. When we say broken links, the 404 error page, we don't want to make use of that. Making use of feeds such as RSS or XML, all of this basically means that, ensuring that the content is regularly being updated. Such as RSS feed is basically a link that allows you to, for example, I'll just give you a very quick example. um, so Podbean is one tool to create podcasts. Okay, you create a podcast and upload your podcast over here. Now what Podbean also does is that it provides an RSS feed. Okay, I can upload it on my website. So I'll give you an example of that as well. So this is a website which has an RSS feed given by Podbean. So anytime the user is basically uploading new content on this hosting platform, now in this case, I'm showing you Podbean, which is a podcast platform. It could be a blogging platform. It could be just another different website of yours. Anytime you're adding new content to it, automatically that new content will get updated onto your website. So if you see this website, that is podcast, all of the content which is here in the form of podcast has automatically come up from Podbean's feed. So this is what we mean by, in brief, about basically an RSS feed. Okay, so reason we are adding this to our websites is primarily because we want to be sure that, content is continuously being updated on my website. Okay, I hope you're following me. So when I say avoiding, do you guys remember rich media files? We used to have websites with a lot of flash player, right? And we had, if to view that particular rich media image or video, we had to download a flash player. So this basically made our website very, very heavy. This technology is no longer being used, so we don't have to worry that much as well. But primarily, basically, anything that is making your website very heavy to load. Now imagine if Google crawler is coming to your website and your website is not loading very quickly. Do you think it would spend that time waiting for your website to load and then get into the website and then start crawling? Yes or no? No, right? It would would move on to the other websites which are actually loading faster, because it has to optimize. It has a lot of work to do, and it has to go out to so many different websites to fetch information. So you need to ensure that whatever website that you're creating, it is loading fast. And one such way to ensure that is to avoid any heavy files onto your website. The other aspect is to create these multiple internal links. Now, what do I mean with that? If you look at your website, Mega VK website, you have the home page, you have products page, you have about us page, you have different pages. So what you'd ideally want, that each one of these pages are linked with each other. That means if I want to go on this product page, I can also from there find out the different products from there, right? So these are the different featured products. Okay, discover more an entire chain of categories, if I can say so, in terms of the website. Are you guys able to? Is that okay? Is it fine now? Are you able to listen to me, Sachit, Pallavi? Great, great. So if we go back to this, you have this particular, you have this website, you have multiple products listed over here. What is happening? So you have this one home page. From there, you go on to one category, to other category, to the another category. Each one of these pages are further subdivided and has much more different pages which are linked to it, right? So you have all of these pages. What you ideally want is to be interconnected. Now, why do you think this is important, guys? Why do you want that most of these pages are connected internally? Can anybody guess from this? Anyone? Absolutely. So now what will happen is that your crawler will come to your website's homepage, and then it will realize that, okay, there are further more pages that I need to crawl. And it will start going on the first page, and it then discover another page, and then it would discover another page. It would keep on discovering all your website pages. So primarily, what you're trying to trick the crawler into is to ensure that it spends much more time on your website in fetching all the information that you have in your website, and then it's storing into your in its database, right? So this is what we need to ensure, that the crawler, number one thing, it should come to my website very frequently. And when it is coming to my website, it should also spend a lot of time in fetching all the information that I possibly have on my website, so as to uh, store that information into its database, and thus making it much more likely for people to find my websites organically on search engines. Are you guys following me? I hope that's clear. Great. So of there's another aspect of increasing your crawlability, right? Which is called external linking. Now, what this external linking basically means, that other websites across the internet. I think somebody's mic is on. Can you please check? Srinivas, I'm just gonna. Right. Yeah. So basically, imagine external linking. Let's say in an offline environment, um, somebody is there looking for the very best digital. Okay, is my voice still? Is it just for you, Farhat, or is just everyone? Can you guys hear me properly? Is it okay now? All right. Yeah. So external linking is that aspect of search engine optimization wherein other websites. Now, for example, Mega We Care is a pharmaceutical website. And are you guys aware about WebMD? Yeah. So what WebMD does is it provides valuable information to possible patients about what all symptoms and treatments are there to offer. Now imagine a scenario that I, as a person, is searching for remedies for cough and cold. Now I get onto WebMD, and then over there a link to Mega VCare website is present. That means WebMD is saying that if you go on Mega VCare, you possibly will find products that will help you to cure yourself. So WebMD becomes a website of an authority which is pointing the user towards your website. Okay. So other authoritative websites, when they're pointing to your website, Google understands that there would be something in your website which is of immense value to possible users. And when that is the case, they would try and increase your ranking on organic search results. Okay. So this is an aspect which we called off-page SEO, which we'll be looking at in much more detail in the next session next week. But primarily today we'll be focusing on what all things that we can do on the website to ensure that the crawler is coming regularly and we are able to get maximum information indexed in Google search engines. Okay. Now other aspect to SEO is primarily, there are two aspects that we want to be looking at. One, we've already understood about crawling, the optimizing of our websites for bots, which are Google spiders. And the other aspect is optimizing our website for users, those people who are actually going to come onto my website and fetch information, right? So whatever things that we're doing from crawler's point of view, that thing is not directly visible to the user. It is primarily being done to ensure that the crawler keeps coming to my website and fetch a lot of information. But all that activity which we're doing from a user's point of view, okay, considering the content which is prevalent in my website, considering the website flow, considering the navigation, considering the UI, and that is the user interface and user experience, all of those activities that we're doing to ensure that the user is able to discover my website properly and also being able to spend on my website properly, spend time on for a longer period of time, right? All those activities are a part of on-page SEO, which is what we'll be looking at in a much more detail today. Okay. So have you guys understood the concept of crawling and why it is important and how search engines work? That's great. That's great. So any questions before I move ahead? Okay. Okay. So what we have is, what are we going to be looking at? Just give me a second. Yeah. So how we're going to be structure the rest of the session today is that we already covered how the sessions are working. Now we'll be focusing on SEO aspects. Um, right. Rohit, when you say what happens when megas and competitors website are both updated regularly, this is just one small aspect of getting the crawler to your website. Now the ranking would not just only depend on this factor, but it would also be depending on a number of factors which we'll be discussing today. Okay. Right. I don't see a question from Narendra, but I think it was the same question, right? Rohit and Narendra. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about if the competitor is also updating their website continuously. What is important from an SEO point of view is not that it's not just only important that you keep on updating your website. What is most important is that you keep on updating your website with the most relevant content, which is actually being suiting to your target market. Okay. So that aspect has to be taken care as well. So if you as Mega Care is ensuring that the content that you're having on your website is directly speaking to your target market, to your buyer persona, then organically you'll start getting much more higher results as compared to your competitor. And this is what we're going to be looking on today in much more detail as well. Pallavi, external linking, don't worry about that fact. We're going to be discussing that in much more detail in the next session. Basically, it just means that, you know, if your website is being referred by other authoritative websites across the internet, your website will get some more weightage in the eyes of in the eyes of Google, and it will try and put you with a higher organic ranking. Okay, so if I just want to compare that from the real world scenario, that is like, let's say, Pallavi, you yourself are an influencer, right? Anything that you say in a particular domain, people will believe you and they will buy you because they trust you, right? So if I am coming to you and saying, Pallavi, I have this product, and if you talk about this product, other people are going to trust you and they're going to buy from you. So what happens there? You will say a word about in your blog or in your Instagram, wherever you will put it across that this product by Priyash is brilliant, and other people will automatically look at it and understand and start consuming it. Okay, so in the Google's analogy, when it sees that a lot of different websites are pointing towards your particular website, it feels the same way, that authoritative websites are referring back to your website, and that's why it should start putting your website on higher organic ranking. I hope that answers, but definitely we'll go into much more detailed discussion in the next class. Okay. Yes, Dilly, the relevance is based on the search keywords, and you will understand that how and why. We'll be looking at that as well. Sraju, how to make authoritative websites, visit us. That is also a part for the next session's discussion, and you will get to know about that as well. There's a lot of strategy that goes behind that as well. Interlinking process, Farhat, is primarily ensuring that all of the pages of your website, so you have this main home page, right? Or if you look at Amazon for that example, let's look at Amazon for example, just so that you get much more clarity. You have so many different categories, right? You have so many pages now. All of these pages would mostly be, when I am at this shoe page, it will automatically also give me the links to other pages, right? And I can go back to the main home page from here, or I can go back to any other page, right? So basically what the logic is, that all of these pages are linked with each other, okay, internally. So again, in your example, if I click on products, then I'm getting to visit a product page. I'm getting to visit complementary medicines. I'm getting to visit OTC medicines. I'm getting to visit prescription medicines, right? So from just one category, I'm able to go to different categories. So it's just a way you are structuring your website to ensure that all the pages are more or less internally connected, and that would allow the crawler to get more and more information fetched onto their database. Okay, I hope that um, solves your question. Great. All right, so let's move ahead. um, so you already know the difference between organic result and a paid result. We've seen that as well. Now, what is SEO, right? When you look at this, basically SEO, it is the art and science. Why it is both art and science? Because there's a lot of creativity involved to it. When we talk from a content point of view, that is why the word art is there. And why the word science is there, because there are some technical aspects as well which we need to consider to ensure that our website is being optimized properly. So this art and science of optimizing our website, both internally, when I say internally, it means the structure of the website, the content that we're posting on the website. And externally, when I say externally, that means other websites pointing to my website, right? this building of external links. If both of these processes are happening simultaneously, this entire process is called search engine optimization. Okay, so all the activities that I'm undertaking to optimize my website both internally as well as externally is called SEO. Now, when I'm specifically optimizing my website internally, when I say internally, again, all the work which is happening on the website, okay, on the website, that means creating that website, creating the architecture of the website, putting on content in the website, ensuring the content has the right keywords. Okay, all of that work, when it's happening on the website, it's called on page SEO, and which is what we'll be focusing largely today. Okay, are you guys following? Brilliant, brilliant. So what we also need to understand is what are the different things that we call in a search result. Okay, so what you see over here on your searches, and keep going to be very relevant when we're doing the SEO aspect. Let's consider this particular search result from WebMD. What you see over here, which I'm highlighting, is called the title. What you see over here is the URL of the page. What you see over here is called a meta description of the page. Okay, and just remember, we'll these terms will go when we're trying setting up SEO, you'll be able to understand it in better detail. But look at this aspect. uh, so in this case, when you look at digital vidya, this digital vidya word is the title. This entire aspect that you can see, want to master digital marketing, that is the description. Okay, all of these different links to the pages are different site links, and on the top obviously is the search query. So this is the anatomy of a search result, and we want to ensure that we keep these wordings in our mind, because when we'll be talking about implementing SEO, this is what would come into the picture: how my web page is being discovered on the search engine result page on the basis of the search queries. Okay, right. So coming on to the on page SEO aspects, again, as I mentioned, the art and science of optimizing your website internally. See, the focus over here is internally. Okay, whatever activities that I'm doing internal to the website would be would be considered as on page SEO. Okay, so what are the different constituents? The constituents are site content, okay, the architecture of the website, the HTML coding. Okay, so we'll just have a quick look at the site content before we get into the detail of that as well. So all of this thing that you have mentioned over here in your website, okay, um, the text over here, your products, the images that you've put in, all of this is site content. Okay, this is what you'll be focusing on when we are going to do about keywords, when we are going to be researching about keywords, right? Architecture is how you want people to navigate to your website, which page is being linked to which other page, which category is going to have subcategory pages, and which of these subcategory pages will also be subdivided into other categories, right? So for example, this product page has one category as product categories, and it is further subdivided into complementary medicines and OTC medicines and prescription medicines. That is called the um, division of your website into different landing pages altogether. So it's a part of the architecture of the website. Okay, and um, what is most important from on page SEO point of view is that we'll be looking at the content aspect. Okay, you might have heard a lot about keywords optimization, how many keywords I need to optimize. This is what we'll be focusing today. One more aspect which is important for you to understand is, when the crawler comes on your website, how it sees your website, it does not see your website the way you are seeing it right now. So you can see a very nice website over here, with all user interface and everything. The Google crawler does not see your website this way. The way it sees your website is this way, in the form of an HTML coding. Okay. And whatever information is inside this HTML coding is what ultimately it will fetch and store into its database, right? So if you look over here, what crawler would fetch from this particular page, okay, that the title of this page is Mega We Care, the content about, what this page is going to be about, this, right? Then what all different parameters have been included inside this website, and the crawler will fetch the keywords and the content from this backend of HTML coding and store it into its database. Are you guys following this? Great. If at any point you guys think that I'm going a little bit fast, or it's too much overwhelming technically, please feel to pause me and if you want me to repeat any particular concept. Okay. Great. So we'll be looking at, yeah, Farhat, I'll be specifically coming to how do we put on HTML tags on our keywords on our website. We'll be discussing that as well in some time, so you'll get the right idea as well for that. Okay. So what we have to understand, the elements of on-page SEO, as I mentioned, is you have the site content. Okay. You have the architecture of the website, and you have the HTML coding. Now, if you do not have a technical background, like if I'm not a website designer, which most digital marketers are not, they're primarily the marketing people, right? My focus would primarily be on the site content. The architecture of the website, the HTML coding is mostly done by your web developers. But as a digital marketer, as a marketing person, you should be able to understand that why are these important and what goes in the back end, which is why we have included them over here for you guys as well, that even though you do not have to code an entire website, even though you do not have to sit by yourself and create the entire website, but if you are delegating this job to a website developer and you're telling him or her that I need to optimize my website from an SEO point of view, and technically these are the aspects that you need to take care of, you should be aware, right? So what we'll be currently beginning to look is the first aspect, which is the site content. Okay. What is the thought process that goes when I want to ensure and add my content on my website? Okay. So there are certain aspects to it which we'll be discussing right now. So tell me, guys, this is your website. Okay. On what basis would you say, under what circumstances and keeping in what consideration, would you say the content on this website should follow a particular template? Do you have what would you say is the ideal way of putting the content on the website? Anyone? No, you would want interlinks, Raju. That is the prime aspect, that you would want interlinking. Now, my question, I'll put it in a simple way, that how do you decide what is the content that should go on your website? So Farhat says to put across information related to products and services. Sachit says focus on buyer persona. Pallavi is also saying buyer related. Dilly is saying based on search keywords. Brilliant. You're all on the right track over there. When you say buyer persona, Sachit, what do you make any understanding of that? What according to you is a buyer persona? Right. I'll just get in a little bit more detail about what you mean by a buyer persona. And always, guys, remember this: whatever activity that you're doing, whether it's offline marketing or whether it's digital marketing or whether you're even going out to sell something, even if it's sales, it's very important to know the person or the people to whom you're selling a particular product. So you need to be very sure of the demography. Okay, right? You need to be sure about the interests. You need to be sure about what are they searching for. Okay, and most importantly, and these few points that I'm going to give you, I believe that they can be reciprocated and replicated across all different digital marketing strategies or even offline marketing strategies, or even when you're trying to conceive a product. What I mean to say is that you should be aware about the pain points of your consumer, right? What was the need of their consumer, right? What is the solution that you're offering? What is the process that the consumer would have to undergo to get to the solution that you're offering? And what is the call to action that you want them to undertake? Now, if you are ensuring that you have content and you have the right kind of communication, right kind of messaging pertaining to all of these points, you are sure that your consumer is going to stay interested in your organization's web content and its website, and it is going to spend much more time on your website. Okay, so I want to do a very quick exercise with you guys. um, let's suppose, can any one of you give me a name of any one of your product, any one of your product in any one of these geographies as well. We have people from all across. Okay, right. So let's say GoFen. Can you tell me what GoFen does? It's a pain reliever. All right, perfect. Now, I want from you guys to give me this aspect. Okay, and under in which market are you trying to sell GoFen? Is it all across the globe? Across, right? All right. But I want to right now, because you from individual countries, I want to focus on one territory. Let's say we focus on selling this particular medicine online. So Diego, can you tell me where you're from? Colombia. All right, guys. Let's say we want to sell Gufon in Colombia, right? I want to create a buyer persona of all those people who would be searching or to whom I can reach out digitally, in Colombia, right? Uh, in terms of selling my product, which is Gufon. So my product is, tell me if I'm spelling it right, Gufen, or is it Gufun? Yeah, Gufen. Okay, and primarily it's a pain reliever, right? Now in the buyer persona aspect, guys, and Yoga, if you can also give us some input, what do you think I need to understand first? I have this product, I need to create a buyer persona. So what information would go in here? What all information I'm trying to get from here? All right, so demography. So in this scenario, it would be all those people who are living in Colombia, right? So I want to target all those people living in Colombia, but specifically Would you want to also know the age group of this particular demography? Right. So people from what age group to what age group would can consume this particular medicine, guys? You'd know that better. All those people who are above 12, right? So you one age group becomes 12 plus, okay. The other age group we can divide it from 18 till, let's say, 35, let's say 40. And then I would want to segment it from 41 until 55, right? And then another age group would be from 55 plus. Can you tell me why have I divided this into four different um, groups over here? The need of this group, okay, this age group 12 to 20, their usage of your medicine is going to be much different as compared to the person who is 55 plus. Absolutely, daily, right? So different reasons of the need of this particular medicine at different age. Now the reason I want to understand this, because they have different needs, their search behavior is also going to be different. Absolutely, Anil. They have a different way of searching as well. They're going to be present at different platforms. So from an SEO point of view, I am interested in understanding that these four different age groups, what is the way they're searching for this particular ailment. So particularly for 12 to 20, I'd have to identify that what are the search parameters that they're looking for, because their need of this medicine would be different. From 18 to 40, they'd be looking much priorly, they'll be looking at pain relief medicines from a different point of view. They'll be searching differently. Similarly, all of these guys, all of these different age groups, they become different market segments for me. And the reason I'm segmenting my market into these different age groups is primarily because a different way they are going to reach out to my product. Now, this age group 12 to 20, right? In most cases, let's say from 12 to 18, I'd rather put it at 12 to 18. Do you think these guys are the buyer? These guys are the actual people who will go on the counter to purchase your medicine? Or will it be their parents? Exactly. So now tell me, in this age group 12 to 18, who then becomes my actual target market? Absolutely. So in this case, my actual target market are the parents, right? So now what I'll be looking at, how are these parents actually searching for pain relief for their children, right? Pain relief tablets for my daughter aged 13 years old, pain relief tablet for my son aged 12-year-old, right? Pain relief for teenagers. What, how much mg of pain relief medicine I can give to my son, right? So this is what is happening now. This age group 12 to 18, they're not themselves going to be aware that, okay, I'm going to be having this pain, I need to buy this particular tablet. It's there usually someone elder to them, in most cases their parents are going to come to them and say that, look, go ahead, take this medicine. So my actual target market, my actual buyer in this age group becomes the parent. And in these scenarios, these could be those individuals themselves. Okay, so now you see that this little exercise of understanding. Exactly, Anil. Is Gofen safe for my 12-year child? This could be a kind of search query that is happening, right? Now, just the demography. Now, will you guys agree to this, that the way people are searching in Colombia will be very different to the way people are searching in Singapore? Is that correct? Absolutely. So whatever search results that I'm going to be expecting in Colombia, it's going to be vastly different from Singapore. So what do I need to understand from a digital marketing point of view is that whatever digitally may be working in Singapore, that does not necessarily mean that it is going to work in Colombia, which is why I need to create these buyer personas for each one of my territories. And in a country such as India, which has so many different languages and so many different search behaviors, so many different buyer personas, it becomes even much more important to further localize it, further regionalize it. Okay, so this is your one aspect. Now, what else you want to know from your demography? You know the location, you know the age groups. What other information help you create, understand the kind of searches that are happening? What else can you add over here, guys? Anyone? Jacqueline, Pablo, what do you think I should add to my buyer persona from your point of view, from MegaCare's point of view, specifically when we're talking about Gofen? I hope everyone is there, right? At least say a yes or no that you guys can listen to me. Yeah, so now that you can listen to me, can I add on to my buyer persona from Gofen's point of view? Anything that you think would be relevant that I need to know from my buyer's point of view, because that is going to help me create the relevant search queries and results. We already have that location. Yes, we have the age groups in the buyer persona, not in demography, in overall buyer persona. What else do I need to add over here? Yes, maybe interest can work. In most cases, it does. Professional information, yes, that could also be relevant. But from Gofen's point of view, your product Gofen's point of view, what other exactly need, right? So all those people who are suffering from particular ailments are much more likely to search for pain relievers, right? So can you not segment your market into, let's say, people suffering from migraine, right? Let's say people suffering from any muscle pains, maybe athletes, uh, maybe the pain relief can also be used by women during their menstrual days, right? So I can also, yeah, back pain, uh, PMS time, right? Menstrual pain, absolutely. So what have I done over here? If okay, that is also a good point, Anil. You've made a very good point. Since it is a quite premium product, all of these people in these age groups and suffering from these should also come from a particular background, right? So I need to be aware of their buying behavior, right? How and why they are able to purchase or anything. Absolutely, Daily. I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. Is it Dilly or Daily? If it's Dilly, say yes. If it's no, then I'll understand. Okay, perfect, great. So yeah, buying behavior, their income parameters. Now, what are, and most importantly, as the reason, these things that I've given is the need of these people. What are the needs? Now, tell me, just from this information that we have, just from these basic information from what we have, what kind of search queries can actually come? Can anybody give me some examples of what these people, let's say someone in the age group of 41 to 55, residing in Colombia, having migraine, what would be the usual search queries, right? Okay, so medicine for headaches, best medicine for migraine, okay. um Fast relief, absolutely fast relief. This medicine is not for migraine. Okay, let's just consider it is for migraine, for example's sake. Okay, rather than that, I'll just best medicine for muscle pain. Let's change that. Okay. Okay, fast relief from muscle strain, uh, treatment for muscle ache. What we have done in this much time, guys? What do you think we've done in just the last 30 seconds? By just putting out these, exactly, Rohit. So just by looking at my just by having my buyer persona correct, just by brainstorming with my team to understand that these are the different segments, these are the different age groups that I want to target, I am getting some ideas for the keywords that I want to incorporate in my website, in my content, right? So all of this thing will ultimately become the basis of me to identify what are the different keywords that I need to incorporate in my website, so it becomes much more relevant for people who are searching for these queries. Are you guys following? Is that okay? Are you understanding this? Brilliant. So when we talk about content point of view, when we talk about researching from the keywords, the very first step is to understand your target market, is to understand your buyer, is to understand what is it that they're needing from you, because that will give you some idea about what people are searching. And mind you guys, SEO is all about search behavior. SEO is all about what people are searching and what they are seeing. If the result is going to be in line with what they're searching, if the result is going to be relevant to what they're searching, only then they're going to come to your website. And if they're coming to the website, if more and more people are finding relevant information on your website which is in line with their search query, Google will automatically start putting your website on a higher rank. Okay, this is what we want. Okay, so this is your first step. Now what else can you do? What tools in the internet are there that you can possibly use to get what people are searching for? Okay, so I'm just going to quickly show you one tool. I'm not sure if you've heard about it. It's called Answer the Public. Has anybody ever seen this tool, Answer the Public? Okay, so this is a beautiful tool, guys. um, what you can do with this tool is basically, see, so you have so currently this is a demo version. If you purchase it for your organization, or if you basically use it as a paid version, you can set the language. So for example, Diego, I guess he was from Colombia, he can actually put in Colombian as a language. He can put down the region as Colombia, and then he can put down the keyword. What keyword? The keyword that we have identified from over here. So basically, let's just see currently in English what kind of results I'm having. So I'm just going to type um, medicine for back pain. Okay, this was one of our search queries that we'd seen, medicine pain or backache, right? I got this idea by doing this buyer persona brainstorming with you guys, right? So we put down these search queries. Now to further see what people are actually searching, I went to Answer the Public. Here's the code of this. I put down that keyword into its search query. Now what it will do, still compiling. What does this tool basically do is find out all the questions or all the search queries across the internet that people are making related to this particular keyword that I've added. Okay, it's just taking some time to load, but it should come over here, and I'll, as soon as it loads, I'll just show you what it means. um all the why, where, how, when, is, all of the questions that people are actually asking about your keyword, about your product or service, about the needs, about the pains, the ailments, everything you can find out from this particular tool. Now, why do I need to do that? Why do I need to identify what people are actually uh, looking for across internet? Anybody wants to share that? Absolutely, Dilly. You're right. So absolutely such it as well. So because now I know what people are searching across the internet, what are the topics that they're looking at, I can incorporate those search queries in my content in the form of, titles, keywords, headings. Across my website, I will utilize these search queries, these keywords, and ensure that, whenever people are searching for these search queries, it then makes much better case for my website to be loaded on the first few search results. Okay, so basically that is what I am trying to uh, get from this aspect. I think my internet is slow, so let me just make it simpler. But anyway, as soon as it loads, I'll show you guys what it basically does. So are you following me, guys? Your first step is creating that buyer behavior, which will give you particular keywords and search queries that you will make them as your seed keywords. Okay, these become your seed keywords. These become the basis of the other keywords that you're going to be incorporating on your website. The next step that you're going to be doing is to um, after you've created a buyer persona, is to understand the searches that are happening. I was just coming to that, Pallavi, as well. So you have these different ways that you can, identify what is the right kind of keywords or what are the searches that are happening. One such way is go to answer the public and find out what questions people are asking across the internet. The other very simple way is, if what is happening over here, guys? Can you tell me? I just typed medicine for headache. Now I'm getting, Google is suggesting me medicine for headache India, medicine for headache in pregnancy, in cold, in fever, in due to gas, due to cold, and body pain. Right? What are these? Can you use them or can you not use them? Absolutely. So Google is suggesting you when you type medicine for headache. Now, if you look at yourself, a lot of times you do not type the entire search query in Google. You simply click on one of these suggestions that Google is providing. Now, imagine a scenario that um, if at any point of time somebody is searching for these keywords, and automatically they are going to be clicking on these searches. So for example, I'm writing medicine for headache and I'm clicking on medicine for headache and fever. I click on it and automatically I go to the search engine result page for these particular information, right? So headache and fever, best treatments. Now, if this medicine for headache and fever as a keyword is incorporated in your website, there would be high chances that your website would be listed organically over here. Okay, now furthermore, I had only written medicine for headache. It gave me a lot of options. Now look at this, medicine for headache and fever. It is giving me much more other options as well. Headache and fever in adults, fever medicine name, best medicine for fever and colds. Now instead of fever, I'm just going to be again focusing on medicine for headache, or I will simply put in medicine for pain. So pain in legs, stomach, tooth, throat, teeth. So many different keyword ideas that I'm getting. Are you guys following me? No, Didi, these are, you cannot say that these are the top searches of the day. These are the most, Google is suggesting these searches to me because it is sure that it can give you much better relevant results. And that is why it is suggesting these searches to you. And these searches are being suggested to a million of users across the globe or in your territory. So it becomes much easier for them to simply click on these searches and land onto the landing pages. Okay. So what has happened? What answer the public? and Google Suggest, what these two did for me, can you suggest me what is it that they did for me? Can anybody of you tell me why did we use absolutely such it is helping me to get a pool of keywords. So what will I do? I got certain keywords from here, these became my seed keywords. On the basis of them, I got a pool of keywords. Now let's just take for this example, this was that medicine for pain. I'm going to take all of them as my further keywords that I can possibly incorporate. So medicine for pain XYZ, right? So I'll have so many different keywords like uh, I have X, I have Y, I have Z, I have ABC. I get multiple keywords to now play with. So you're right in saying that I get a pool of keywords for me to use. Okay. Now what I will do? Now look at this, guys. This is what I wanted to show you in Answer the Public. So the keyword was back pain, right? Now what is it that people are asking across the internet? Will back pain go away? Will back pain? Why? When? Who? Are? Which? What? Where? Where is back pain from gallbladder? All of this information. Look at this, right? If I'm saying back pain medicine, instead of back pain, I'll just put in back pain medicine. I will get all the different questions across. See, who to stop back pain, how to stop back pain, right? How to treat back pain, how to reduce back pain, what back pain when pregnant. All of this is the information that people are asking across your geography. Okay, and all of these questions exactly showing it's showing oh, Delhi, what's your question? But there's so many, no way to get the ones. We will get to that. Don't worry about it. We will get to that. The reason I'm showing you of these Google Suggest and this Answer the Public is because you're getting so much of information about the search behavior of your target market. And this is why it is giving you a pool of keywords to play with, right? So you have so many keywords now that you can possibly incorporate in your website. But how do I do that? Which are the keywords that I definitely want to use and put it in my website is what we need to understand. Now, we might identify 50 to 60 different keywords and search queries from all the activity that we've done so far. But which one of those actually need to be incorporated onto my content, onto my website is what I want to be looking at. And for that very purpose, we use a tool called Google Keyword Planner. Okay. How you get to a Google keyword planner is you need to create an account on Google Ads. I'll just quickly show you where you can access Google Keyword Planner. Google Ads, so you might have Google Keywords, Google AdWord account with yourself. If not, you will be able to get that very easily. So this is what a Google Keyword Planner looks like. I have tools and settings over here. I'll go to planning and I will go to Keyword Planner. Yeah. Why I want to use this is because not only Google will help me to identify certain keywords, but it will also help me to, make and prioritize which keywords I actually want to utilize for my website, for my content, right? So all this research work that I've done, all this uh, keywords that I had identified from a buyer persona, all the keywords that I had identified from Answer the Public or Google Suggest, I have made a pool of these keywords. Now, which one of those I actually want to incorporate in my content, in my website, or for which one of those keywords I want to, plan the content outreach over a period of time, that is what I need to find out, right? which of these keywords are difficult to rank, which one of them would be easier to rank, or even if I want to utilize the keywords which are difficult to rank, how do I ensure that I am able to still rank for those difficult keywords. All of that is helping, all of that is being done by Google Keyword Planner. It's helping me do that. Okay, so I would now go ahead and discuss in detail about the Google Keyword Planner. Now before we do that, do you guys now understand what are seed keywords and how we are finding it, how we are finding them? Yes or no? Brilliant. You understand the importance of, when we go into keyword research, the importance of buyer persona, the importance of, Google Suggest, the importance of a tool like Answer the Public. Great. So by doing these actions, what I was getting my seed keywords. Now I want to focus on finding my primary keywords. Okay, this is what now we'll be looking at. The primary which are those keywords which I want to incorporate in my website. So before I get into that, guys, I just want to quickly ask, would you guys want a 10 minutes break now and then we continue after 10 minutes? Just a quick coffee or water break. Great. So it is 9:25 IST, Indian Standard Time. Whatever your local time is, we'll come back after 10 minutes and then we'll resume from there. Okay, guys? Great. So is everyone back? Okay. Okay. So before we progress ahead, I just want a quick feedback from you guys that hope everything is going in the right flow. Are you guys able to? Are you guys comfortable with the pace with the delivery so far? If you're comfortable, just type a yes in capital letters. Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you, Zay. Thank you, Rohit. Thank you, Deborah. Brilliant. Brilliant. So, thank you, Anil. All right. So, if most of you guys are back, we'll just resume from there. So, where we were at last end was primarily looking for our seed keywords. Okay. For those keywords that people are, we identified from a buyer persona that what kind of searches that these guys may make. Now, it is important from your point of view because each one of you belong to a different territory, different country, different consumer behavior. So when you do your buyer persona, when you are trying to search for these keywords, it might be different from geography to geography, right? Let's say some of the European markets, let's say if we're talking about Greece or Spain or France for that matter, the most search queries would be happening in their own native language, right? Or let's say when we talk about Thailand, um, a lot of people would primarily use Thai language as the main language to search their keywords, right? To search anything on Google. So you need to understand that whichever uh, territory you're from, the nature of search queries, the nature of searches would also be different from each one of them. So that is one of the most important things. So always remember, if something is working in one territory, may not does not mean that it would work in the other territory. It has to be conceptualized from the scratch, depending upon where your buyers are from, where your target market is, what geography do they belong to, and what different ways they are searching this. Okay. Um, so from that aspect, the next thing that we need to look at is, now that I have a pool of keywords that has got that we found out from Google Suggest, that we found out from Answer the Public, that we found out from our buyer persona. The next step is, which one of these keywords do I want to utilize on my website? Okay, we need to find out our primary keywords. So these primary keywords are what we're going to be incorporating on our website, and for that is what we're using Google Keyword Planner. Okay, so when you come on to Google Keyword Planner, you have two options. One is discover new keywords, and the other one is get search volume and forecasts. This search volume and forecast is primarily when you are trying to do Google Ads, and you will learn more about this in Google Ads. Or if you've already completed Google Ads, you'd already be knowing about it. From an SEO point of view, I will be focusing on this aspect: discover new keywords. Okay, so when I click on it, I have two options. One is start with keywords or start with a website. Now, if I've already identified pool keywords, right? Let's say I'm just going to be, these are my pool keywords. I'm just going to copy them and I will put them over here. And what I'll do then is get results. Okay. So if we look over here, the location that I've specified is India. In India, yes, you can absolutely do it by yourself. It's very easy to find these things out. There's not a lot of technicality involved. Now, if you look at this search result, I have the search result that I'm getting is for particular geography, which is India. You can edit this geography to whatever target location that you're looking at. So let's say instead of India, Colombia, right? Yeah. See, so I'm gonna choose. Let's say I've changed my geography to Colombia, and I'm going to use the parameters parameters that I'm going to get, it will be now specific to Colombia. So if you now see the keywords that I had incorporated, these keywords that I had put in: muscle pain, medicine for muscle pain, best medicine for backache, fast relief for muscle strain, treatment for muscle ache, etc. Now these are giving, Google is giving me average monthly searches for those. So fast relief for muscle strain in Colombia, it's hardly being searched. Only 0 to 10 search results. Absolutely, Rohit. You're right. So what I can do is, if I want to be, if you're saying that change, you want to specify it for Spanish keywords, you can change the language options to Spanish, and then you can find keywords. Now, since let's just keep it to India for this matter, because that would be easier. Because obviously in Colombia, these keywords will not be having a lot of um, uh, the average monthly searches, because most of the searches happening there would be in their own native language. So again, I'm putting back to India. Now if you see, we just refresh this. So you've seen that whatever region that you belong to, you can choose that region in Google Keyword Planner. If you're talking about a particular language, you can change that language and you can incorporate your keywords in those particular language. I'll just get back to English and the geography as India, just to, it would be easier for us to see the results in over here. Right. So if you see, this fast relief for muscle pain, muscle strain has very low keyword average monthly searches. So I will obviously not utilize it in my website. But this one, medicine for muscle pain, it is garnering 1,000 minimum 1,000 to 10,000 average monthly searches. Similarly, best medicine for backache is garnering 10 to 100 average monthly searches. Now, these were the seed keywords that I had inputted in my Google Keyword Planner. If you look at this, now Google is also giving me further keyword ideas. See these keyword ideas: muscle relaxers, average monthly search 1,000 to 10,000; muscle cramps treatment, 1,000 to 10,000 average monthly searches, right? So this Google Keyword Planner is giving me further more keyword ideas based on my seed keywords. Okay. And now when I see that which one of these keywords are having higher number of average monthly searches, are the ones that I'm going to incorporate in my final keyword list. Also, you see, Google is also giving me furthermore suggestions that I can use. I can broaden my search for keywords by incorporating these one: pain reliever for muscle pain. Again, if I incorporate that, it will give me the, see, I incorporated that and it is coming over here: pain reliever for muscle pain, 10 to 100 average monthly searches. So you can see that you're getting much more keyword ideas, and at the same time you're also able to see the average monthly searches for each one of these keyword ideas that we have incorporated. Now, which kind of keywords from these search results are you going to use in your website? Anyone? What information? Yeah, that's right, Delhi. One with lowest competition, and what else? What is the other parameter that I'm going to be looking at? High search, right? So I'm looking at reasonably higher searches, and I want to look at the low competition keywords, because that will ensure that I'm immediately able to rank for these keywords. But a lot of times we're not able to find the keywords which are having, decent amount of average monthly searches with very low competition. In most cases you will find that these are always high competition keywords. That means a lot of your competitors are also using these keywords in their website, or they're already ranked with it. So what can we do to ensure that these, for example, muscle spasm treatment, this is one such keyword which is having decent amount of average monthly searches, but the competition is high, but I still want to utilize it. In that scenario, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to find the long tail variation. When I say long tail variation, it simply means that you are going to expand your search query. So muscle spasm treatment, instead of that, the keyword can become what are the muscle spasm treatment medicines, or medicines for muscle spasm treatment. Now you tell me guys, how do you normally search on Google? Do you just simply type the keyword like muscle spasm treatment, or you usually go with a longer variation of your query? Like, what is? Yeah, you're trying to question, right? So, if most of these searches are happening in the form of questions, like, how, what, why, and if most of these keywords are being incorporated in a longer format, what would make sense for us to utilize in our website? The ones with direct keywords, or ones with a longer variation of those keywords? Absolutely, the longer variation. Also, we also have to understand from this parameter that a lot of searches these days are happening on voice search, right? So you ask Alexa something, or you say okay Google, or you ask Siri something. Now whenever we are trying to ask something over voice search, what is the nature of our search? Do we say okay Google, treatment for pain, or okay Google, medicine for headache? Or we have a specific nature of our search when we're doing voice searches. Like we usually ask, okay Google, what is the best medicine for headache? Am I right or am I wrong? Or Siri, please tell me the best medicine for headache, in a question form. So the nature of our searches is also in a long tail variation. So this is what would give me, no, Raju, Google has tried very hard to incorporate most languages in them. So if you see, you have Arabic, Bengali, Bulgarian, a lot of Filipino, Greek. You see, a lot of local languages are there. And if we talk about India, for that matter, you also have Malayali, Marathi, even the further um, aspects. Okay, if you're saying Amharic is not there, possibly. Okay, all right. So in that case. Okay, so is Amharic usually spoken in Ethiopia even for searches, or do you use English? Right, so that could be a little bit of issue, but still, there could be hacks to it in terms of if you go on to other tools like Answer the Public, or if you go on, there's another tool called Uber Suggest, and they should also be able to give you the results in your specific language. But for most populations, for most the languages, Google does have those options in them. Okay, so now I had fed my seed keywords, and based on the average search volume and the competition. Now see over here, muscle relaxers, 1000 to 10,000 average monthly searches, and the competition is low. I can straight away pick this keyword for myself. I don't need to look at the long tail variation of it. Same thing goes for muscle cramp treatments. The competition is low, 1K to 10,000 average monthly searches. I'm going to incorporate it directly. But look at this one, lower back pain remedies. The competition is high, the searches are also high. So what I will do, I will change this keyword into a long tail format, which could be, the best medicines for lower back pain remedies, okay, for lower back pain, okay, or lower back pain remedies medicine, okay. Or I could also incorporate the name of the salt or the name of the brand, or I could also incorporate, an alternate to your competitor as a keyword. So these things that you're seeing, these become, based on these results that you're having, based on the average monthly searches and the competition, you will be downloading these options. You can just select from here. You can download these keyword ideas, and they become your primary keywords that you are going to be utilizing in your website. Okay, so this will come in an Excel format. It will show you all the keywords that you had selected. See the minimum searches, the maximum searches, high, low, medium, competition, right? You can look at which one of these keywords are the ones which are worth incorporating in your website, and then you will be making a list of at least, let's say, for a particular page, 6 to 8 different keywords that you want to incorporate. Are you following me there, guys? Any question up until now? I hope you're understanding this. Great. Is that just for Farah? That was very simple. Just download the keywords from here. When you click on this download keywords, it will get downloaded in the form of an Excel file. Anil, what do you mean by how much is low competition? Can you elaborate? In simpler terms, when we see, yes, there are so many companies selling the same solutions, but when we say low competition over here, this is about the keyword. It's not about the other companies selling the same solutions. It's about if this particular keyword has been utilized by other companies in their website, or they are trying to rank organically on the Google search results with these keywords. So this particular low competition or high competition is not about the product. It's about the particular keyword and how it is being utilized in various different websites. Yes, Pallavi, I will come to that as well. It's just not about normal way of writing the website or word keyword search. It's about a lot of organizations, a lot of your competition would that is where you differentiate yourself. You differentiate yourself from ensuring that you're finding the right keywords for your target market and focusing really well on them. Okay, you have to stay one step ahead from there. Absolutely, Anil. Organically coming to the first page will be a Herculean task, and that's where SEO, it's a continuous process. You do it for 3 to 4 or 5 months, and then you start getting it into the higher rankings. But it's a continuous process. It's something that you need to do with a lot of motivation on continuous basis, so as to rank on the higher pages. But once you are ranked, it's very difficult for any other competition to get you rid from there. Okay, and it's a long-term brand solution that will start getting it yourself into the organic traffic. The high range bit, the low range bit, please do not uh, worry about that from SEO point of view. It is specifically for Google Ads, and it's altogether a different aspect. Okay, so don't worry about the bid of low range and high range. Very nicely put, Dilly. That is what we're talking about. Okay, looking at changing the search term in such a way with GoFen, and you start utilizing it more and more in your website, and you start, Google will automatically also start putting up these things in their auto suggest, right? This is what we're aiming to do, which is why we're incorporating these keywords across our website, so that even when people are trying to put in GoFen, they start getting auto modes as well. Okay, Kwanchai, if we bid, that is, so basically SCM, it is search engine marketing, right? SCM has two aspects. One is SEO, the other one is PPC. Okay, so SEO is also part of SCM, but primarily when we talk about paying money to Google to rank our website, that becomes a pay-per-click model, which is a little bit different. Okay, Anil, if we go on a payment mode for some months, it will not help you in organically ranking to your website. It may get you some traffic, which indirectly may help you in a longer time, right? But it's not the right way of ranking organically in your in your searches. Okay, so that is why we have to work on this. There's no shortcut to SEO. One thing that you'll always have to remember, guys, there is no shortcut to SEO. It's a painstakingly research oriented work that you're putting into by searching these keywords, and you're ensuring that this constant update of content that is happening, and a lot of work goes on it on daily basis, which is why those companies which spend a lot of time and resources in SEO make a lot of profit in the long term. So imagine a scenario, if you're only focusing on ads, not on SEO, you'll keep on spending money on a monthly basis, right? But if you're also focusing on SEO, your monthly ad spend or the monthly payment that you're making to Google will gradually decline, because a lot of your sales and a lot of your traffic will be generated organically, which is the ideal scenario, which is the ideal situation that we want to come into. Okay, I hope you guys are following that. Yes or no, guys? Are you following me? Did you understand everything? Great. Now we have these keywords and we want to incorporate them into our website. Okay. Again, for example's sake, I will consider that these are my primary keywords as well. Just for example's sake, although these are the seed keywords, but for example's sake, I will consider them as my primary keywords as well. Now the question arises, how am I going to use them from an SEO point of view? Okay. Now, do you guys remember these terminologies? Title, description, headings. Do you also remember that the crawlers, when they look at your website in terms of getting the information, they look it in the form of an HTML coding? Yes. So let's say, just going to give you a brief example. Okay. So when you look at the back end of any website, where did it go? Yeah. Right. So we were at Mega Care website. Let's look. Is Nurofen one of your competitions, guys? Great. So let's look at this. This is their website. And I want to see how they are utilizing different keywords on their website. So all I'll do is when I'm on any particular website, I need to find what are the keywords that my competition is using. All I will do is press Control plus U. Okay. So if you want to see uh, the back end of what keywords any of your competitor is using, all you need to do is press Control plus U on your keyboard and you'll be able to come to this HTML source in the back end. Now, how do I identify which one of these keywords they are utilizing? For that, you need to understand where we actually incorporate keywords in the back end of our website, in the HTML coding. Okay. So for that, you need to understand the structure of any web page. Okay. So if I look at this, this is a website that will just give you a very simple example. So imagine you have a website, web page. Let's say Mega VCare is a web page. On that web page, you have a header. So this is your header. Okay. Each one of these pages will have a page title. Just simply press Control plus U to see whatever is there in the backend in the source of that particular website. Okay. Now, again, coming back to this, you see there is a title. In this title tag is where you incorporate the page title. Then you have a heading tag, which is called H1. Then you have a paragraph tag, which is called, in which you add the content of that particular paragraph. Now I want to incorporate my primary keywords in the page title, in the heading, which is H1, and in the paragraph, whichever way I'm writing it. Okay. So just remember this, guys. If you want to find out what all different keywords your competitor is using for a particular page, or even what are the keywords which are already incorporated in your website, you can simply go onto that particular web page, press Control plus U, you will get this HTML source, and then press Control plus F, and now type title. Okay, so now you will see in your particular website the title of this particular page. um, Somebody has just, yeah, it's paused now, thank you. So in this particular page in Mega Care, the title of that page is Mega Care, right? Now I want to look at the keywords that this particular website has written. So I'll type meta and description, right? So if you see meta name description, Mega Care is engaged in manufacturing and marketing, selling, distributing quality pharmaceutical neurocetal products. Now the simple thing is, I want to incorporate the keywords that I had found out over here, my primary keywords, right? These were my primary keywords. I want these keywords to be a part of my title, okay, over here. So instead of just having Mega Care, I would possibly want to put it, which is much more in sync with the searches that people are doing, like Mega Care bracket, or space medicines for backache, just giving an example. And similarly over here, I would want to incorporate the different keywords in my description as to what keywords are going to be allowing myself to be seen. Okay, so you have a title, you have meta description, you have h1. H1 is a heading. See, so in this particular page, the heading that you have given in the backend is called our products. Now, instead of that, I would want to incorporate the primary keyword. So our products or product for headache. Let's just go a little bit specific. Let's see. I have products. I'll go to OTC medicines. Let's say pain care. And you have GoFin over here. I'll click on the GoFin page. I'm right now at the GoFin page. Now I want to see what has been incorporated for GoFin 400. These keywords need to be, these need me to come into the organic searches. So again, I will just press Control plus U, and I will see in the backend what are the title, what are the H1 heading, H1 tag. Okay, what are the descriptions and keywords that have been used. So again, I will simply press Control plus F. I will find the title, right? So see, the title of this page is Mega Care GoFin 400. Now, do you think this is the correct title for this particular product page? And what, according to you, it should be here? What should be here? Anyone? Right. So what should be here should be one of your primary keyword. Okay. Exactly. GoFin for keyword. Or, so when I'm saying medicine for muscle pain, I can say medicine for muscle pain GoFin 400. Right. So what I have done over here, I have manipulated and used my keyword and linked it with GoFin. Are you understanding this? Did you get the difference? Yes or no, guys? Brilliant. So this is the page title that I'm looking at. Okay. Currently over here, GoFin 400, that's the page title. In the backend, I can see where did we go? Sorry. Yeah. In the backend, we saw the page title is Mega Care GoFin 400, but nobody is going to be searching by the name of the company. Nobody would be writing that Mega Care GoFin 400, right? In the backend, it should be pain reliever, muscle pain reliever, or headache pain reliever GoFin 400, because that muscle pain reliever is actually the keyword. Yes, Anil, this is a corporate site. That's why you've done that. But imagine if you start doing you start putting it from the point of view that this can be sold on an e-commerce way, or also simply for the searches. Now imagine, even though this is can you hear my voice, or is it just Sachit? Okay, perfect. So even though this is a corporate site, but it will at least allow people to discover GoFin 400. Right now, when they're typing pain reliever for muscle pain, this particular landing page is now coming onto their website, onto the search. They will now be able to identify uh, this particular product. Okay, and because they can identify this product, it will be high chances that next time when they go to a chemist shop or to a pharmacy, they will be able to ask that I need GoFin 400. So we are trying to build awareness for a product, okay, through the digital channel. So we have to be very sure that this website is serving the process from a corporate point of view, but it is also allowing my product to be discovered by our particular target market. Okay, that is why we're talking. We'll come to Neurofin in a minute, Pallavi. I just wanted to go ahead a little bit ahead over there. We'll come to that as well. Always remember, your title of that page should have your primary keyword. Now, the next place where I want to incorporate my keywords is your H1. Now, see again, your H1, the H1 heading that has been given is GoFin 400. What should it be over here as well? Exactly. Now I want my primary keyword to be repeated in the H1 as well. So the same keyword that I had in my title, that GoFin 400 for pain relief or pain reliever, I want that to be incorporated over here. Again, the reason being, nobody is going to type, I mean, it's going to be a very rare thing that people are actually going to type GoFin 400 in their search queries. They are most likely to type best medicine for headaches or best medicine for backaches. These are the keywords that you want to incorporate in your title tag, in your H1 heading as well. Okay, the next aspect that I want to look at is the P tag, the paragraph tag, right? Now see what is written over here in the paragraph. You have a wide range of products help people stay healthy as long as they live. Do you see any keyword in this? Anything that will allow the search or the crawlers to fetch keywords? No, right? So what I would want over here is, again, make use of my keywords repeatedly here as well. So instead of our wide range of products, I would rather say that our this GoFin 400 is the best pain reliever medicine available in the market. This medicine for relieving your pain in backache, in headaches, etc. So you're trying to use these different keywords which we had identified in your paragraph range as well. Are you following me, guys? Is that clear? So this is what I want to do on the back end, on the HTML side of each one of my product. I want the usage of maximum keywords that I've identified in my title tag, in my heading tag, and in my paragraph descriptions over there. Okay, because if these keywords are present in my title, heading, and paragraph description, I am sure that over a period of time, when people are searching these keywords, and remember this fact, whatever keywords that you're incorporating over here have been derived from the search history and the search behavior of your target market. So these are the keywords that your target market are searching much more frequently, and these very keywords are also incorporated in your website, and that is how you will start coming in the organic searches for those particular keywords. Is that clear? Right. Brilliant. So when we come to global keywords, it's primarily, you can again go back to your Google Keyword Planner and you can search for everywhere. But I would not suggest that, Raju, because in the dynamics of your business, it is. Oh, I think somebody has just switched on their video. Rajiv. Yeah.
I've switched it off.
I'm sorry.
I switched it off now.
Okay. Could you also just mute yourself, if that's okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. Right. So this is what we want to be doing in terms of incorporating our keywords, right? Now, another important aspect is now we want to identify what is our competitor doing, right? So for GoFin 400, let's say if Neurophone is the primary competitor, I can also identify if they are using any keywords in their searches. If they're using any particular keywords, then I may get certain keyword ideas for my website. And if they're not using any keywords in their website as well, then there is a big opportunity for us to rank as compared to our competitor. So let's just look at what Nurofen is doing in terms of the keywords that they have utilized. Again, I'm going to find the title. See this. Neurophone for effective pain relief. What does that tell you about? Okay, so they have incorporated that. Now in the description as well, look at this. Neurophone provides effective pain relief for headaches, migraines, muscular pain, joint pain, period pain, and more. What have they done, guys, over here? They've optimized their page from the point of view of these keywords, right? So your competition is already trying to rank themselves for these keywords. It would be for you now to also optimize your website from these keywords point of view, right? And let's look at h1 tag. There's a lot of script over here. Let me see. Yeah, right. So in this case, they've given in case of the h1 tag, they've instead of having any particular keyword, they have given the link to their product, which is again for Neurophone, and they have incorporated the keyword in the form of this image source. Such as these scripts are, CSS style. So how your website is going to look like, how it is going to perform. It's more from the um, design point of view. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. Your website designer will worry about that, about the flow of that website. Okay, let's see what they've done in their paragraph. Look at this. Have you ever asked yourself what is a headache? That throbbing, distracting, annoying feeling what hangs in your hand, right? Headache again. So in this case, what they've done is they have utilized this headache, which is a keyword for them to be able to find out their product 2 times in that product description. So if anybody is trying to find medicines for headache, it is no, you can't do that. That ways, you if you want to monopolize things, that is not possible. But what you have to do is to take these insights from your competitor as to what they are doing and try to make things better than them. Like for example, in this aspect, in the paragraph aspect, what a better way of writing your description over here would be, again, have you ever asked what is the throbbing pain of a migraine headache? Are you looking for solutions? Are you looking for the best medicine to solve your back relief? So again, we are trying to utilize those keywords over here and manipulating our text in such a way that we're incorporating our keywords in our descriptions over there as well. Okay, now let's see if they've added any other headings as well. No, so primarily they have utilized their keywords again in the h1 title as well as on the paragraph area, the description area. Okay, this is where they have done their keywords. Do you have any other competitor that we can look at? No, Raju, we will not do that. We will not keep changing keywords based on change in consumer search.
those keywords will start ranking for our particular geography. We want them to remain, because the moment we change our keywords which have already started ranking, all our work will go in vain. Okay, so once particular keywords which are already based on consumer search are incorporated, keep them there and ensure that they get ranked. All right, so let's look at Advil. Looking at Neurophone and the keywords that they're utilizing, now we'll be looking at Advil. This is also a part of your competitive research. Okay, so your competitive research can also help you find out which keywords they are utilizing. Okay, let's say products. um Yeah, so we have Advil for migraine. Let's look at that, for example. Which one should I choose from here, guys? You guys would be better at telling me which is a direct competitor to Gofen amongst these products. Should I choose any one of them, or is there a specific product that with liquid gels? Okay, let's look at that. Right, so we are at Liquigel's page. I want to see what they have done, from what kind of keywords they are utilizing. So again, I'll press Control plus U and Control F, find out what is the title. Right, so in the title, yeah, in the title, what they have utilized is just simply Advil liquid gels dosage, etc. Right, if I want to go for finding H1, again, Advil product title, nothing else. When I go to get fast liquid relief, right where you need it, faster, stronger, powerful headache relief. What do you think about their SEO? What do you think about what is your view on what we have seen so far from Advil's point of view? Right, they've not utilized the primary keywords in the title or in their H1s. Whatever little keywords that they have utilized has been in their paragraph aspects. So exactly, Dilly, you have opportunity to outrank Advil right now. Okay, so this is what is giving you such amazing insights about where you stand, where you stand against your competition. Where is your competition standing? Another simple thing that you can look at, let's say you wanted to rank on a particular keyword like medicine for headache. Okay, query in your geography, see which one. So this is a paid ad. This is drugs, Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic. So there's no particular organization which is ranking for this, right? So you see, like for example, in India at the moment, if you do a good backend SEO for these keywords, instead of having links of WebMD and all of those organizations, you probably can rank your own website, your particular product page, right? The reason I did that was to find if any other organization was ranking organically, and we could have then gone and seen in their backend that what are the keywords that they're utilizing such that they're ranking on the first few lists itself. Are you following that, guys? So if you want to be looking at particular keywords of your and you want to see which people are already ranking on those keywords, simply type those keywords and see what all searches are coming in the top 3 or 4. Go to that particular page, press Control plus U, and then get the information from them. Okay, you all, not only you get a lot of competitive idea, but you also get a lot of keywords ideas as well, which you'll ultimately incorporate in your website or that particular product page. Okay, yes, so they are considered uh, reliable and trustworthy sources, and this is what Srinivas will be talking about when we talk about external linking, that why should Gofen 400 the link of GoFin 400 page be present in Mayo and WebMD, okay, which is set for the next session that we'll have next Sunday. But if you want to just look at from an on-page SEO point of view, you can see if there had been any other competitor ranking over here, okay, and then you could have gone and see that why are they ranking on the top, what good they have done on their SEO, what are the keywords that they have utilized. So you get some competitive information as well that would allow you to gain slight competitive advantage by manipulating your own keywords and search results in your backend. Okay, so this is the basis of SEO, guys. This is the basis of SEO on where you need to incorporate and how you need to incorporate. Are you following this? Is that easy to comprehend, guys? Okay. I hope you're not overwhelmed with all this information and you're able to absorb it as well. And I hope you'll also be able to implement it, in your individual stations. So please do tell me if you're still comfortable, or if there's something which is going above, like a bouncer. So you can obviously just give me a quick shout and let me know to, if you want me to particularly stress on a particular topic. Okay. And yes, thank you, Pallavi. We'll take care that your competitor also gets training from Digital Vidya, unless you don't want it, unless you don't want them to get a competitive advantage. Right. So you understand the importance of these aspects. Okay. Now there is another aspect which allows you to further utilize your keywords. Okay. Now if you see what all different kind of searches I have over here, this is called a Google vertical search. Okay. I have all searches which is primarily giving me all the text results. Then I have images. Okay. Again, look at this. Crosin, when I click on images, Crosin is coming over here. People, when I click on this, I will directly be directed to the Crosin's landing page, and people will be able to know more about Crosin. Okay. How is this happening? This is also a part of SEO. Look at this: migraine support, 10 best medicines is another thing. Primarily from a medicine point of view, from a direct competitor point of view, Crosin, the image is coming over here. If anyone is going to be clicking on images, they can see that particular image being ranked, and they will come to know about, if I want medicine for headache, I can go on to Crosin. Now, how you can ensure that even GoFin 400 is present in this image search? Okay, so for that, let's just look at this as well. So you have this image of GoFin 400, right? You have this image which is continuously being rendered on your website. I'll go back on Control U. In HTML, there is a specific tag. There is a specific tag to tell the crawlers that this is an image, and it is simply called an image tag. Okay, so look at this. This is image. It is telling the crawler what is the source of this image. Now you look at this alt. This is called an alt text. Now this alt text describes what the image is about. Now in your scenario, in the scenario of GoFin 400, you have the image of GoFin 400 tablets, but in the description you have simply mentioned mega care. What should be over here, guys? Absolutely, Rajiv. So you would want to incorporate your keyword and input the name of GoFin. So instead of just mega care, I would have ideally liked that best medicine for headache, GoFin 400, or best pain reliever, GoFin 400. So what is happening? I'm also optimizing my images from an SEO point of view. Why am I doing that? Because a lot of people search Google differently. They would go simply search over here. They might even go on images, right? And if you are incorporating your keywords in your email descriptions as well, this would also allow the crawlers to fetch those keywords against the search queries of your website and organically start getting you higher ranking. Are you following that? Exactly, right? Rohit, I will not have a direct data on that. I think possibly the best thing that you can do is just do a normal Google search and you will come to know about the different search engines. We want to The reason we want to be there in images, the reason we want to be there in news, the reason we want to have our own YouTube channel is because all of them ultimately help you to let basically all of this activity will help you to let the crawlers know that this is the keyword and this is how I want to be known everywhere. Okay. Yes, Rajiv, that is going to remain the same. The process is going to remain the same. All right, any questions, any doubts in this aspect? Understand the importance. This is the HTML structure. If you want to look at what different tags mean, you can simply come on this link W3 schools, and basically the reason I'm showing this to you is primarily you as marketing managers or country managers or product managers, you have the ownership of everything, right? So even a website designer or an SEO person sitting in your office, right, they will be doing all these aspects, and you should be able to tell them that, listen, I want this keyword in the title, I want this keyword in H1, I want this keyword in the description or in the paragraph, I want the images to be having this kind of alt description. So you can look at all the different HTML elements as well. So H1 is your heading paragraph. Okay, then you have if I look at say images, right? So you have image, source, and alt text. So from the SEO point of view, you have to look at the title, the title tag. This is what you need to look at, the title tag. Then you need to look at the headings, HTML headings. So if you look at this, you have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. So these are meant as H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. H1 being the most important tag. So a lot of people think that these are different font sizes or formats. No, they're actually giving the information to the crawler that if I'm using heading 1, it means it's my primary keyword. Then if you want to break your entire web page into different segments, you can utilize H2, you can utilize H3, you can utilize H4, just so that if you want to emphasize on secondary keywords. Okay, so you want to be looking at the title, you want to be looking at the headings, you want to be sure that your keywords are there. Then you want to be looking at paragraphs. So inside the paragraph, you want to be sure that your keywords are being used. Okay, then you want to be looking at your image tags, and specifically in image tags, you want to be looking at alt text. This is where your um, keyword has to be incorporated. Is that okay, guys? Is that clear? Great, great. So this is what we have so far uh, done. We've also done the buyer personas. We now know what parameters we need to be looking at from an HTML coding point of view. What should be the site content? How we have to stage it. We'll just do a very quick demonstration on WordPress. So if I'm creating a page, let's say a blog page or a product page, how do I have to take care about my SEO? So all of you guys might have had in your first sessions, you might have been asked to create a blog on WordPress, and you might have also been asked to download a plugin called Yoast Seo. Is that right? Do you guys have a WordPress access for your account and have downloaded a plugin called Yoast Seo? Okay. So basically, Yoast SEO is a tool. It's a plugin in your WordPress account, which allows you to do, which helps you, it guides you in doing proper SEO for a particular page, and we'll be looking at that. Before we go to this demonstration of how I want to create a page which is SEO optimized, um, you remember I also said that uh, for better crawlability, I want to also look at the technical aspects of my website. I want my website to be optimized technically. When I say technically, I want to be sure that the page is not loading slowly, it is fast, and all the there are no broken links and etc. So there's a tool for that as well. It's called GT Metrics. So note down this tool as well. This helps you to give you um, sorry, this tool actually helps you to understand that how is your website performing from an SEO point of view, from a technical background. Now, okay, right, don't worry, even if you don't have WordPress accounts at the moment, the reason I will be showing the demonstration, whether you're using WordPress, whether you're using any other aspect, or whether you're working on your own website, the reason I will be showcasing you that aspect is just how you want to structure your blog or your content on the website to make sure that it is SEO optimized. So even if you don't have WordPress access right now, don't worry about that. Now, GT metrics, let's say if I want to see how Mega V Cares website is actually performing from a technical point of view, what I'll simply do is copy the link of this website, post it on GT metrics, click on test your site, and GT metrics will analyze your website from a technical point of view. Now, most of you, or even myself for that matter, we don't have a technical background, but doing this technical analysis is important from an SEO point of view, so that you can give this entire technical report to your website developer and ask them to ensure that your website is technically supreme. Okay, so if you look at this, it is giving you page speed, it is telling you, whether the images have been optimized, whether the coding is minimized, all of these different technical aspects it is giving you. Now, wherever there would be some problem which you would want to improvise on, you will give this technical report to your website developer. Always remember, all these technical aspects is not for you as a marketer to physically get down and work on it. It's for your web developer, or for people who are more acquainted with the technology. So you will tell them that, listen, these are the problems that I've identified onto my website, and this is impacting my SEO, so please fix them. So this process that we just did is called a technical analysis of your website, so that you improvise on your um, uh, website performance. How to read at all times, Raju. So when it is being designed, when it is being when it is already published, it is running over a period of time, when you're redesigning it, so this technical analysis will be a part of that entire process. So you'll keep on doing that periodically, so that you're sure that your website is not creating problems for the crawlers to fetch information. And you keep on doing that periodically. If you find any problem, you'll give it to your website developer. Such as, for example, in this case, in most cases, your website is doing well, so you can see maximum of greens, but there are certain areas which can be improved. For example, optimization of images. It is telling you that which of these images need to be optimized. Okay, and you can click on this and you'll get it is giving you the information as well. Exactly, Rajiv. So yellow means needs improvement, green is good. Sometimes it would be an absolute red as well. Okay, when it says absolutely red, it just means that a lot of work needs to be done for that particular aspect. Okay, so far most things of your website are doing good, but primarily what you'd want is to further reduce the load speed time. You'd want it to be around 2 or 3 seconds, and you'd want to reduce the size of the page, just so that it is easier for the crawlers to fetch details from your website, and at the same time for your users to enjoy the website experience as well. The better the website experience, the more time a particular user will spend on your website. The more time they will spend on your website, the signal that it will go to the Google search is basically what it will do. It will tell Google to it will tell Google that because people are spending so much time, there is some relevant content, there is good content, people are spending time over there. That means it has got some value that it is offering. So why should I not organically rank it at a higher place? Okay, this is the background of it. I just did for a Peru website. Can you please give can you drop the link to your Peru website and we can see what needs to be done? Let's do for Nurofen. It's good to see that you guys are very competition driven as well. Okay, so you already have that over here. Such as ideally, I'd want my website to be loading from anything between 0.5 seconds to 3 seconds, not beyond that. Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think my internet got disconnected.
How do we know the website is loading slow because of internet issue or my technical problem?
I'm sorry. I'm not able to understand your question. Could you write that again because I'm not able to comprehend it. The voice is a bit cracky.
Okay.
So we were at this aspect. Sorry. Now you guys can see my screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have a question there.
All right. Okay. I'll just look at that. So this is not. How do we know if the website is loading slowly because of the internet speed or technical problem?
Yeah,
See, Rajiv, the simple thing is when you look at these parameters that we have just seen from GT metrics, it's not showcasing the details based on internet speed. It's primarily whatever load time that you're seeing over here. It's basis on the technical aspects. Okay, so when we looked at the one for the Peruvian website, it was not because of the internet speed, it was because of the technicality of the website.
Yeah, because see, most of us in a countries where the internet remains a challenge,
Yeah, absolutely
so
get the point. But even in that scenario, it's the load time that you get over here in these technical analysis is not on the basis of the speed of the internet. It is
yeah,
based on the technical aspects of the internet.
okay,
Okay. If that's answered, if you could just please mute yourself again, if that's okay.
yeah, sure.
All right. Right. So this was about the technical analysis that we had gone through, and basically you perform this technical analysis on the periodic basis and give it to your website developers or website handlers just to make sure that the website is fully optimized so that the crawlers can keep coming to your website, and then they're able to fetch all the information for you. Okay. Moving ahead, what I wanted to just give you a demonstration of how uh, you're able to primarily work on your web SEO. Okay, so even if you don't have the access to WordPress, don't worry about that. You just look at the procedure and the mindset of what are we trying to do when we're looking from an SEO point of view. Is there a share index of market video organic reach? We have a lot of improvement criteria, yet we be doing well as per G. See, so what GT metrics is giving you that your website is doing very well from a technical point of view, but where you're lacking in terms of organic reach is because your website is not having keywords. So GT metrics will not tell you that whether you're working very well from a keyword point of view, but what it is telling you that how you're performing from technical point of view. But there are tools that will also give you information about how you're performing from keywords point of view, and one such tool is Moz. So Moz is a tool. It costs around $100 to $120 per month, and basically it gives you a lot of information. So you can put down the link to your website and see which are the ranking keywords, or you can also see that, for example, if I'm typing a keyword like medicine for headache, and I want to search that which websites are ranking for that particular headache for that particular keyword in which particular region. Um, let's take Colombia. Let's take Colombia for that example. Okay, so now this will give you this tool Moz will tell you that which one of which keywords which websites are ranking for that particular keyword. If you see, even in Colombia, the WebMD links and Mayo Clinic links are ranking. So again, there is no direct competitor of yours which is ranking on this keyword, which means that you have an open opportunity to rank on these keywords in this geography. Also, Moz is giving you furthermore keyword suggestions that if you utilize these keywords as well into your website, you can possibly get further results. What other thing it does, if I want to explore the keywords from my site, all I need to do is I'll input the link to my website into this tool. Okay, and again I'll um, that, analyze that. So if you see your current website does not have any ranking keywords, there is no ranking keywords in the position 1 to 3 or 4 to 10, and the page authority and domain authority is very low. And these two aspects, page authority and domain authority, is what we'll discuss in the next session as well. But see, you're getting an from a keyword point of view, you're getting an information about your website as well. uh, Location though is United States. Right now, I'm not having the full access to this Moz account. That's why I'm not able to pinpoint a particular location. What this information is telling me that in United States we have zero ranking keywords. Are you guys operative in US as well? Okay, okay. The reason I'm not able to try Thailand, Sachit, is because I'm currently having a free account. But if I have a paid account, I can pinpoint the geography and see which one of them, how is my website performing over there. Okay. What is SERP analysis? We can have one corporate subscription and absolutely, Raju, that you can do that. You can do that. You can have one single corporate account and you can share the subscription with your fellow colleagues as well. SERP analysis is primarily the search engine ranking page, search engine result page analysis. So it shows that, on the search engine result page, which websites are ranking for those particular keywords. Okay. So organic results, these are the pages of these are the pages which are visible on organic results. Now they may or necessarily not be in the first 10 results, but basically, if at all any pages of yours are being shown on the search engine result page, these are the pages which are shown. And you need to capitalize primarily, I think, on the products page, because you have individual products that you would want people to look at. All right, so this is a great tool. Moz is a great tool. If you can have a corporate account for that and share it with your colleagues, that would allow you to get on a lot of insight for each one of these geography, and ultimately improvise on your SEO as well. For some reason, I'm not able to see the chat. Oh yeah. Okay. Right. So moving on onto the uh, last aspect is, let's say I want to create a page for any product of yours. I'll be creating a very basic, very rudimentary page, and we'll be looking it from an SEO point of view. So this aspect, let me download some images as well if we have. Right. Again, make a we care. We'll go on coffin. Can you specify? Can you clear that further, Dilly? I'm not sure what do you mean. Okay. They're number one in inorganic search result is a part of WebMD drugs and external link. Are you talking about inorganic? Inorganic is a paid ad, or are you talking about organic? Could you just clarify? And which location are you talking about? Okay, then yes, that is external linking, Dilly. Absolutely. Because they are part of WebMD and drugs.com, they've ensured that their products are listed over there and in some way or the other, and that's why they're able to come over there. So that is external linking. And this is what we're going to be looking in the next session, that how we can leverage these high ranking websites for our own benefits. Okay. Let us just, where will I find Kufen? Now do you see this? The only way that the organic result for GoFin 400 was coming when I actually physically typed GoFin 400 on the web. Now most of your target customers will not do that unless they absolutely know what GoFin 400 is. And this is why we want to be working a lot on those keywords that we talked about. Now let's say I want to be creating a particular page for GoFin 400. Again, okay, so you have this, right? I want to create a new page. Right. Now let's say this is you're just trying to incorporate a page into your website. When I say add title, what do you think this add title means? What would this title mean in the back end of HTML? No, this will be the title tag, not the h1, but the title tag. So from Grofin 400 point of view, what title tag should I be adding, guys? Yep. So I can do that because why am I doing that, Rohit? Why am I utilizing fast relief for pain? Exactly. Right. So this becomes my title. Now I need to add further descriptions and further things into this particular page. So I will go ahead and try and add in a block. So I'll choose heading. Now what heading am I going to add over here? It's going to be in H1 heading. Okay. And what should I be adding again over here in the heading aspect? Right, I want to be writing, I want to make use of my primary keyword. Let's just look at one thing again. This is by the way, your Yoast SEO plugin that we have. It helps you in creating the right kind of SEO optimized page. I will give them the focus keyword for me for this article, for this page is um, fast pain relief. Okay, this is my focus key phrase. Now I want to optimize this particular page for this particular keyword, for this primary keyword. So I've utilized fast pain relief for pain in my title. Now I'm going to be writing for example, this becomes a heading, right? Now what will be my next aspect? This is my h1. What should be my next aspect? Will I add a paragraph or a heading or an image? What would you want me to add? I can do add H2 Pallavi, absolutely, but I possibly want to go for a para. So let's see what you guys have. I'll possibly go for, okay, let's see this. Right. So now instead of Gofin, I want to put Gofin 400 is an effective, sorry, okay, is effective in all kinds of pain. Rather than that, I would want to use say is effective in providing fast pain relief for headache, toothache, back pain, etc. It is also superior to other pain relievers for arthritis, migraine, thereby making pain a distant memory because of its fast pain relief action. What do you think I've done over here? In the paragraph, in the H1, in the title? Absolutely. I've used that keyword multiple times. Also, one thing important for you to remember is that for good SEO, you need to have minimum 300 words in your web page. So you want to have minimum 300 words in your web page. So I am so far, if I look at what Yoast SEO is telling me, see, it's giving me the SEO analysis. It's saying, okay, I have key phrase in the introduction. It is done well. I have key phrase length. It's a good job. Previously used key phrase, I've done that. SEO title width, it's good. But I need to improvise on the key phrase in title. So I need to use an exact match. Uh, fast relief. What was my key phrase? Fast pain relief. So instead of fast relief pain, Kufen 400. So now when I'll be looking at it, it will give me the right answer. But look at this. The text contains only 60 words. This is far below the recommended minimum 300 words. Okay, so remember minimum 300 words is what you need to incorporate. So what else I can do now moving ahead? If I want, I can go for H2. This will be my secondary keyword. Um, fast pain relief. If I want to further, narrow it down, that what all different ailments it helps in, fast pain relief for migraines. Okay, so this is my H2. It's my secondary keyword, and for this as well, what am I going to do? I'm going to add paragraph. I will put down some more information about it. Let's just simply Coffin 400 helps you in providing fast pain relief for your excruciating migraines. Coffin 400 has proved to be yeah, Rajiv, absolutely. In each one of H1 and H2 we can have a paragraph, and remember that we can only have one H1 in the entire article, but we can have multiple H2, H3, H4 as well. Goffin 400 has proved to be the go-to medicine for for pain relief, thus being the best medicine available in the market for migraines. Okay, so again, I've tried to use this best medicine, secondary keywords, additional keywords that can possibly help me get higher results in the search aspect. Now, just for example's sake, I'm just going to take whatever content that you have. It should be about 300 words, hopefully. Okay, I'll add a new heading as well then. And now see, now you have options for H2, H3, H4. I'll again go for H2. I'll say fast pain relief for muscle ache, right? Then I'll add a paragraph to it. Sorry. Copy whatever we had, right? So now what I'll do, I'll just optimize this for, let's see how many words we have. First of all, we still need to reach to 300 words. So again, just add something else, another heading, fast pain relief for menstrual pains. Okay, right, and again some paragraph over there. um, the reason I'm just copying pasting all the content right now is just for example's sake. You will have to actually ensure that the content is in line with your target market, as in it is optimized as well as and it is done professionally, right? I'm just doing this for example's sake. Pallavi, what do you mean by that? Can you please show from where you're looking at the content view? It's good or okay. This tool that we have, Yoast Seo, is allowing me to see how am I performing so far in terms of my SEO. Okay, there are plenty of reds so far, and this will also help me to analyze that what are the things that I need to incorporate. So I'll quickly come to that. Okay, even now it's still, I need to add 20 more words to this, and go ahead. Another, I can give H3, let's say, um, components, Yoast, Yoast, SEO. Okay, components of Grofen 400. That's just giving some additional information. Composition. See, I'm just going to view that. Right, and then just another paragraph. Okay. Right, so as a standard practice, you would want 6 to 7, you'd want your keyword to be repeated 6 to 7 times in a text of 300 words. Now you can just apply the unitary method to, if you're going for 900 words, then you'd want to repeat your primary key phrase for, um, 3 times that of 300, so that would be 18. So the higher the length of your article or higher the length of your content, the more times you would want to incorporate your keyword. So right now, look at this analysis that it is giving me. At the moment, it is saying there is no outbound link. When I say outbound link, that my article is not pointing out to any other external link. Let's say a link to WebMD. There is no internal link. So again, it's red. So having an internal link in my web page would also help me. The key phrase density. See, the focus key phrase was found 9 times. That's way more than recommended the 6 times. So we have used this keyword fast pain relief 9 times. Okay, in the word limit of 300. So I need to then get down, maybe I need to remove this keyword 3 times for search from certain areas. So that would allow me to, let's say I'm removing it for me here. Okay, then where else I can remove it? Okay, twice I've removed that. And the reason it is saying that you are using this keyword so many times beyond the recommended limit is because a lot of times in the past few years, people used to stuff their article with a lot of keywords. So it was called a practice called keyword stuffing, which is absolutely wrong. It will actually create a negative impact for your website in the long term. So you do not want to practice that. You do not want to use any sort of black hat practices. This is what they call. You don't want to stuff your article with your primary keyword again and again. Okay, I hope you're following me, guys. Right, I'll I'll delete. No, I won't delete this block. Anywhere else that I've used in fast pain relief? Okay, let's say I'm just removing it from here for the moment. Right, so now if you'll see that now that I've used the keywords in the right amount, I have it has come over here. Key phrase and subheadings previously used, keyword density, introductions, SEO title width. Text length is still 283 words, so I need to add more words over there. So you see, the reason I'm doing this is primarily because the reason we are using this Yoast SEO is primarily because it is giving me all the improvements that I need to make in the real time. Yes, it is a part of WordPress, but you don't have to worry about that. Even if you're doing in the back end, you have plenty of tools available. SEO tools, you can just see, and you can have them even if you're not using um, the the WordPress for your analysis. So you can use SEO book. You have Moz, you have Ahref. They will also help you in the same manner, just like Yoast SEO is doing. Okay, so instead of going further ahead, um, there's one another aspect, that is this thing. When you search for anything on the net, right, this is called a meta title and this is called a meta description. Okay, Now I need to optimize these two things as well on the basis of the keyword that is being searched. Can you tell me why? Why should this title on the search engine result page and this description should also contain my keywords? Can anybody tell me that? Absolutely. So what will happen is, if you have your keyword, let's say this is a search query, SEO tools, right? And if the consumer is uh, consumer is searching for SEO tools, and now he sees that this keyword that he was searching for is a part of the title, is a part. See, this is highlighted as well. This is in bold. So the consumer will able to see that all that keyword that he was searching for is being highlighted in these different search results, and that will make it a higher probability for him or her to actually click on that link. So just to make your searches appear much more relevant for the consumer is why we need to incorporate this meta title and this meta description. Do you think this will help in writing the keywords in meta title and meta description will help in better organic ranking, or will it help only in getting better click rate? Okay, writing writing, exactly, Rajiv, you're right, it's for better click rate, because the crawlers are not fetching the keywords from a search engine result page. The search engine result page is only meant for the user to see the search and then click on it. Okay, the crawlers are fetching the information from the back end of your website, from the content of your website. Okay, and only then they are able to fetch that information and put it into the database. Whatever you see on the search engine result page, this thing, free SEO tools, this SEO tools, even though they are your primary keywords, they are not help you in ranking. They are helping you in better click rate. You get the reason why, guys? Are you clear with that? Okay. So in case of Yoast SEO, I directly have the option of editing how my title should look like. So I just want Guffin 400 fast pain relief for all kinds of uh, pains and headaches, let's say. Okay, so this is a good size title, and this is the meta description. Meta description is what usually comes under the search. This part is the meta description. So let's say I'm just going to be putting you see, if I'm searching Grofin 400, see, this is the current meta description. I want to optimize it. So instead of this, I'm going to be typing looking for instant pain relief. Yes. The answer is Gofin 400. It brings a smile on your face with the satisfaction of fastest pain relief for all kinds of aches and pains. Aches. That is it. So see, it's given me what is the ideal length as well. Had I gone overboard, then it would have turned red. So this is the right kind of size for your SEO title and your meta description. Okay. So now again, the only thing that I need to optimize in this particular article is adding more words, because it's only 283 words. So I need to add another 17 words for it to be recommended minimum 3 words, and key phrase in title. So when in the SEO title. So over here, this is our key phrase was fast pain relief, right? So again, this should be there instead of here. Okay, so this becomes the key phrase in my main SEO title as well. So now only improvement that I need to do is the text length, And because right now in this demo, I do not have any other pages that I can link or any other external links, but I can add an image. So what I need to do is add an image to make my article ultimately, completely optimized. So I just need to add an image. Now I'll just upload that image that we downloaded. Okay. Now on the right hand side, if I click on this image, you will see you have this option. Sorry. Yeah, edit image, and then you get an option over here as the alt text. What do I need to add in this alt text, guys, of that image? A slug is the URL that is being shown there, Sachit. So you can also change the display slug as well. Exactly, keyword. So primary keyword: fast, pain relief, Gofen 400. Title again, Gofen 400 for fast pain relief. That's it. So that's done. And whatever further more descriptions that you need to add, you can add that as well. And you're giving an alt text to your image as well. Okay. So in the backend, in the HTML, it will be shown as an image tag, and in that it will be the alt text, right? So when I go back over here now, again, when I see, the only thing that now I need to improve on is a bit of more text length and adding some links. So what I can do is, let's say I want this components of this to land on a particular page. So I'm going to go product, where's my Gofen 400? Right. So I can just put this link as well. So this will become an external link. So this becomes a hyperlink, so people can just look at my article and click on it and go over there. Now you see, the only things that I need to improve is the internal link and the text length. So let's just do that as well. You had dosage. I'm just going to add that. Right. So now my article has the right kind of length as well. Everything is good from SEO analysis. See, there's a smiley face coming. It's all green, right? The only thing that would have helped me further in my SEO would have been incorporating internal links. So in your case, you'll probably over here, you can point out, you can add another text or something and point it out to a separate product. So let's say, are you also looking for a specific medicine for migraine, and you can link it to that other product page. So that will be adding an internal link, and then you'll be completely SEO optimized. Is that okay, guys? Did you understand this entire thing? Perfect. So let me just, it's just overboard for yes, what about Moss, Farhat? Farhat, Moz is a tool. Moz is basically a tool that is available in the market that can help you in your entire SEO activities. Okay, so it can give you that, where are you ranking, which keywords are ranking, how is your website performing, what is the ranking on the search engine, how is your competitor performing, right? So it gives you a lot of competitive analysis as well as keywords analysis for you to improvise on your SEO activities. So basically, if you have this tool, you will be able to work around with multiple different websites that you have for each of these locations and see the real-time results. It will also help you in tracking the activities that are happening with those search results as well. So it's a tool that facilitates your SEO activities. Okay. Right. So if everything is all right, guys, I know we are overboard by 15 minutes, but still, if you'd want, uh, if you want, we could just quickly, if you have any questions, we can discuss that. In the meanwhile, I would request every one of you to also fill this feedback form. That would be really helpful for me to, come back even stronger in the next class. As a quick recap, these are the things that we've covered today, right? So you now understand how search engines work. Primarily, you register your website on any one of these search engines. These search engines would then, allow their crawlers to come to your website. These crawlers are going to fetch all the information from your website and store it in their database. Once it is stored in the database, right, anytime somebody is putting a query, the Google search engine will go back to its database and find out which is the relevant result based on the query and showcase it to the user, right? And we have two kinds of SEOs. SEOs is an on-page SEO and off-page SEO. Off-page is everything that you do externally, which is what we will discuss in the next session. But today what we discussed was an on-page SEO. All the activities, both technical as well as from a content point of view, that we're doing on our website to ensure that we are getting organically ranked. So in an on-page SEI, you have the site content, okay? You have architecture of website. That means how you are pacing your website, categories, subcategories, internal linkings. Then we also saw the HTML codings, which of the HTML tags are important for us, okay? When we are looking and analyzing our SEOs. We also looked at keyword research. How are we able to find keywords specific to our buyers, specific to the searches that are happening? We conducted a very small scale buyer persona, based on, that helped us primarily to understand our market and get some seed keyword ideas, right? Let's quickly look at that. So this was the buyer persona that we'd created that gave us some seed keyword ideas. We went on Answer the Public, we went on Google Suggest, and that also gave us some further keyword ideas to create a keyword pool. With that pool, we went across to Google Keyword Planner, saw how these keywords are performing, what is the average monthly searches happening, what is the competition, do I need to incorporate any long tail variations, which keywords I need to make them as my primary keywords for my website, okay? And then we looked at how we are incorporating these keywords into our in our basic web page that we're creating. Okay, so that was what we had discussed today. I hope you've understood most of the aspects. If there's anything that you still want to ask me, feel free to ask right now. And if you have any questions, please go ahead. Otherwise, if everything is clear, if you're happy with the session, please go ahead and fill the feed. Even if you're unhappy with the session, please do fill the form. Please fill the feedback form, and that would be really appreciated from my end as well. So anyone has any queries, any doubts, or wants to say anything about the session that has happened today, please let me know. A quick feedback right now as well will help me to, be better for the next sessions as well. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. And I hope I'm going to see you next Sunday as well with Off Page. And thank you so much, Rohit. Have a good one ahead. Enjoy your Sunday. For some people, Sunday is going to begin, I think, tomorrow. For us, we're already halfway down to the Sunday. But have the good rest of the weekend and good luck for your week as well. Thank you so much for being on this session. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks, Deborah. And please do remember to fill that feedback, right? It's very important. I'm just putting that again. Before you leave, please do go ahead and fill that feedback form. And if you need to incorporate my name there, my name is Priyash Nigam. Thank you so much.